The goal of this video is to outline what a conceptual study is, what a concept is, and what we do in a conceptual study. And we need to know this because the first unit that we study for the whole of the first term of Year 12 is an area of study on a concept called discovery. So first of all, why do we study a concept? Let me give you an example. When I have my glasses off, I can't see much. Everything is a blur and there's not a lot of specific detail. I can't read text that's small unless it's large, and I can't see much more than that. But obviously when I put my glasses on and I have the lenses, I'm able to see things in much more detail, and I'm also able to focus on particular elements that I couldn't see before. When we study a concept, we approach a text, in this case Robert Frost's poetry, with a concept in mind, so that we're able to focus on particular details around that concept. It's kind of like the lenses that we look at a text through. So a concept can be defined as an abstract idea that can be expressed in many different ways. And I'll give you a concept which all of us are familiar with. Let's take the concept of love, for example. We all have an idea of what love is, but love is an abstract idea because everyone has a different understanding of what love is, how you express love, and how much we value love. Now let me give you an example, and I want to focus on a few texts which you probably hate. But the first example.
As long as you love me, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. As long as you love me, I'll be your platinum, I'll be your silver, I'll be your gold. As long as you love me.
Love is revealed here to be a necessary and critical element to this person. Love for this composer is extremely important. Extreme circumstances like hunger and homelessness are juxtaposed as insignificant events to the thought of not having love from his partner. He uses metaphors that compare his love as platinum, silver, and gold, which are all really, really positive things. So in this case, what have we learnt about the concept of love from this text? Well, we've learnt that it's a necessary, it's a critical, it's a crucial, and it's an important element to have in your life. However, if we juxtapose it to another text, we see a different picture.
'Cause baby, now we got that blood. You know we used to be mad love. So take a look what you've done. 'Cause baby, now we got that blood. Now we got problems, and I don't think we can solve them. You made a really good cut, and baby, now we got that blood.
In this text, love is revealed to have a distinct negative emotional impact on the composer. She's been hurt by love big time, and the idiom of a bad blood, which usually means having a really fractured relationship with somebody, has turned for the worst, and it's repeated throughout the song to indicate how hostile this person is towards the love that she used to have. In this case, we can learn that love can make people bitter when relationships fail. So some things that we've learned about the concept is that love can make people resentful or nasty or bitter, or can even have a deep emotional impact on the person. So from these two texts, you see a completely different understanding of how love is actually represented. Each of these people understand love in a different way, and we've learnt how each of these people feel about love. Hopefully you're beginning to see this idea about a concept, and I want to outline that a concept has three elements to it: that it is a complex thing, it is an abstract thing, and it is dynamic. All of these things mean that you cannot lock down a concept to one idea, but it is something that has many different forms, and that's why we study them, because a concept can be so many different things. So what is a conceptual study? We focus on a concept because it helps you focus on particular elements in a text. And we focus on a concept because it is complex, abstract, and dynamic, because you can get a lot out of it. A conceptual study is the comprehensive exploration of a concept as it is represented in a number of texts and experiences. So basically, We learn about the many ways a concept can be represented. For example, love is hard, love is easy, love is wonderful. We look at texts and experiences to see how they represent the concept. And finally, in your HSC exam, you communicate your understanding of the concept based on the textual evidence that you find. To finish off, I just want to ask you one question, and I want you to write it down and answer it in your own words. What is a discovery? And if you haven't taken notes, or if you haven't followed some of the advice that I gave in the initial video on making the most out of these flipped classroom videos, then please make sure that you take some notes on some of the things that you've learnt in your own words and fill up your book with your learning.